Put that
I
in
just
the
want to
intro.
fucking punch him.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a special Halloween themed one-off video where we're going to review Halloween Ends.
Thank God.
Ooh, okay. Well, so the first part, will we just do like a non-spoiler?
I think that's fair. I mean,
No, it's just spoiler.
I mean, there's
hell
gonna
out
be
of it.
spoilers.
I mean,
potentially throughout
just
the
know
video.
now if you're watching, we might say how the movie ends.
Oh, no, I
and
might.
things that happen.
Well, it is called Halloween Ends.
Kind of
so
the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
It well, we were gonna maybe just say how it
Yeah,
was.
non-spoiler.
How
and
it
then
made
do
us
a
feel.
spoiler at the end.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to know how it ends, go watch it on Peacock.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Or don't.
Yeah, and then come back.
Well,
and
if you
we'll-
have it for free on Peacock, watch it, or you can borrow it from someone's
But that's
account.
not a spoiler either. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a phenomenal movie, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want to spend good money to watch it.
Well, I'm cheap, so everything needs to be
Well, let's
free.
just spoil it.
Yeah, I just spoiled it. Yeah,
Who wants to start? I don't want to
I,
start.
I think I should start.
Oh.
I've been thinking about this for like.
Soundtrack.
When did we see it?
Well, because we saw it together a week ago.
Last Friday.
Okay, so it's been. It was last Friday.
Last
Yeah.
Saturday.
Last Saturday. It's been
Last
about a
Saturday.
week.
Confidently.
This movie is horrible.
Oh.
It always starts with that.
Right off the bat, it's straight garbage.
Horribly good?
No.
Oh, just horrible.
So we're allowed to spoil, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Spoil
so like
away.
25
Watch
minutes
out.
in, I lean over to producer Rich here, and I'm like, "Is Michael gonna be in this movie?" They're too busy following this kid that nobody has any investment in. Nobody cares about
Talking
him.
about Mini Michael?
Yeah, he's like his
Yeah.
Bonnie to his Clyde, I guess. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And-
nice reference. Those costumes in the other
like
Halloween
that?
movie. That was good.
I just didn't like any of the characters. I wanted Michael to murder everybody except one guy. And I don't know his name, but I'm gonna call him Sal because he's
Sal.
Italian.
Yeah.
Italian theme. He's the
Yeah.
only guy that I cared about. And I'm like, oh, hopefully he lives. And it's so pathetic. He doesn't even get killed by Michael or his sidekick. He gets killed by some random kid that shoots him. He doesn't even get stabbed
Yeah.
or anything.
And just to be clear, Mini Mike, whatever his real name is, that's his dad.
Oh, it is, I thought it was like his dating
No.
his mom or
The
something. I don't know.
stepdad.
Oh, his stepdad? Well,
Yep.
wrong again.
So
Okay.
I didn't care about any of the characters. Her granddaughter became like
I think.
was like all over this guy when she just met him.
Got major Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah,
at her,
she just met the guy. She's all over this guy. The story was terrible. Michael doesn't come out till the last 20 minutes, and even then, he sucks. He's not tough. He just killed a town
Yeah.
in the previous movie, and now he just
Spoiler,
gets pushed
last
over and gets his
movie.
master. It sucks. The movie's just straight garbage. I'll never watch it again. I put Paul Rudd's Paul Rudd's Halloween. Paul Stephen Rudd
The
Halloween
Six,
is better than this piece
Oh,
of
that's
crap.
That's the best Halloween.
The Curse of
I've
Michael
ever-
Myers.
This
I think,
movie is atrocious. They should be absolutely ashamed of themselves for making this
Oh
crap.
my god, this guy's sensational. I've
This
seen this
what-
whole thing.
I mean, I looked over at you in the movie theater, and you're just sitting like this, and we had the irritating kids to the
Yeah.
right, and you're just sitting there. And I can tell you hate it. And if they would have brought Anthony Michael Hall back in it, it would have saved it for me.
So my question for you is, were you already going into the movie upset because of what happened at the end of Halloween?
Very
Kills?
upset because when they killed Anthony Michael Hall,
Yeah.
I don't know
What's
why.
his character's name?
Tommy Doyle.
Okay. So
Okay.
make sure.
I've always liked him, and he was in episodes of Psych, so I've always liked him. So when they killed him off, and I was hoping when they showed the credits, maybe with Anthony Michael Hall, I was like, yes, nothing. And then I instantly text you, which we're not supposed to do in the movie theater. No Anthony Michael Hall, I'm already out of this. And he didn't respond.
Well, I didn't look at my phone. 'cause I keep it in my
Shocker.
pocket.
He wasn't texting.
He didn't respond. I wish I never saw this movie.
Okay, that's where okay.
Horrible movie.
I
coming
agree
out
with
hot.
You. I agree with you. The movie sucks.
No,
but
it's
wishing I
garbage.
never saw it.
Wish I never saw it.
Then if I didn't see it, I might think it's good and want to see it, and so then you'd be wanting. I'm glad I saw it, so I can say you're right. It's horrible. I don't see too many redeeming qualities for the movie. The part that I hated the most was the very beginning where, look, if you're going to have to kill the kid, the babysitter has to kill the kid, fine, accidentally. You don't need to show the kid splat. You don't need to hear the crunch.
coming from a parent.
You don't need to see the parents over him bleeding on the
Yeah.
ground.
See, that didn't affect me at all.
I literally was, at that point, I was already like, I got a 3-year-old, so that
Yeah, no, I
hit close to
understand.
home.
Yeah.
You do?
I like that from right there. It already sucked, and then
Just like
here's
his hockey
the part that
skills.
really bothered me, and I'm sorry if I'm touching on a spot somebody else wanted to touch on. How are you going to get bullied by band kids?
True.
Like
Dude, he
the
had-
worst bullies of all time.
With a crappy car.
I think he got his power from his haircut.
It was just like it felt like disjointed too, right? Like they made 2018, and then they made I think Kills and Ends like around
Back
the
to
same
back.
time. Yet they feel like completely different paths. And
Definitely.
it was just I don't know what they were doing. I didn't enjoy it. I want to see more Michael, less Laurie. I don't care if anybody wants to see something different. I want to see more Michael. I want to see more killing. Sorry, not of kids though. That's where I draw the line.
And not in real life.
Yeah, in the movie, I just hated it.
So
I
what
don't know
bothered
who
you
wants to-
about
disclaimer.
what bothered you about Lori? What got you?
Wasted
She's
character.
old now,
And?
and she's annoying,
And?
her hair.
There you go.
What about the love story we never asked for between
With
Laurie
Hawkins?
and
Yeah, so
Hawkins.
let's let David talk about the next
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
What? Oh.
Talk about that love story.
No, it was. I mean, a movie with a lot of waste of time themes in it. That was probably my least favorite part. Is the fact that those two had to like try to find a way back to each other in a movie that didn't really need that. It's not a movie that needed a love story. If you watch the very first one, I don't remember his name, but
Hawkins.
Ben Tramer,
Oh,
maybe.
yeah.
Her love interest. What happened to him? He was basically an off-screen death where he got smashed with a car and burned to death.
No, that's not canon.
What?
That's not canon.
In this one, she went on a date with him when she was 21.
yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm saying, but the very like that's so she hasn't had like a love. I don't know. I get it. She doesn't have a whole history of love, and then they want to show at the end to give her some sort of like goodbye. But I just think it was overplayed and dumb, and it looked uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable
Look
watching
forced,
it.
yeah.
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 And I like him as an actor.
Oh,
I think
he's
he's
one of my favorite
fantastic.
I
actors.
never like seeing old people fall in
Well, that's
love.
not-
Like
I
I'm
do.
sorry, it's
Feels
just
like I'm watching a Cialis
Notebook?
commercial.
Oh.
But
In the
he-
tubs.
And the thing is, it was just bad. And if he can't make that role,
And he's great.
good, he's great in The
Yeah.
Postman. I love that movie. People
Yeah.
say that movie sucks. I love The Postman.
okay. Let's
But
let's,
he's great.
let's
He's
shoot to
great.
Brad. Brad, what do you
Okay,
got?
So I already kind of told Richard a little bit, but I wanted to say how I would save the movie because they pigeonholed themselves by
Not
having
put it
Halloween
out.
Ends. Yeah, that's
Good one.
one way.
Yeah.
Halloween Ends, they basically make him like this god.
Halloween Kills.
No. Oh, yeah, Halloween Kills.
I think
and
he
then,
was
yeah.
more than a man. is
And
what it
then it's
ended
like,
up
so
being.
he's transcended to this level. You've kind of put yourself in a point where now he has to be like God tier.
Yeah.
But then they just make him disappear. And it's like, well, why did he disappear? So what I basically said was we didn't need two love stories. You had the old love story
Yeah.
and then you had the young love story. And I get it.
psycho love
They're
story,
trying to
yeah.
make you care and, oh, this is how the guy ended up becoming a killer. All they had to do is make him work at the same place she worked as like a janitor. Everybody bullied him there. She was the only one that was like, oh, let me take you out because I feel sorry for
Mm-hmm.
you. He tries to make a move on her. She goes, no. That sets him over the edge. Somehow he gets Michael's mask or maybe just does kills with
Mm-hmm.
a fake Michael mask.
Or that
That's what
mask
makes him
lab.
get upset.
Scarecrow mask,
He
too.
comes out and he starts killing like you're copying me.
Oh, and kills.
I wasn't as upset because I went into it already knowing because I follow a bunch of movie stuff.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of rumors where they're just like, hey, this movie is basically a copycat killer for about 2/3 of the runtime. So I went into that knowing that. So I understand what they're trying to do, but it just missed on every level.
So I have a question. So do you think, and I know my answer, but the character Corey, so the one who's like I call him
Oh,
Mini
that's
Mike.
his name?
Yeah.
I didn't
Corey
even pay attention.
Cunningham.
Mini Mike. Do you believe if they transition, like say he didn't die, spoiler, he died. If he didn't die and he became almost the new Michael per se, do you think
Even
that would have
dumber.
been better or
Yeah.
worse?
Even dumber.
I think they were already kind of hinting at not a new Michael, but when the movie closes and then she's typing and it says, "Oh, evil doesn't die," or "He doesn't die, it just takes a new shape." I think they're kind of setting
Which
it
is
up
his name,
as
The
the
Shape.
granddaughter being the new Laurie, where
Oh,
there's
like
going to be
Saw.
some new, not necessarily Michael, but they may try to hint at like there's always another psychopath out there that just kills because he's just nihilistic
just
and
end
fucked
it?
up in the head.
And
Well,
I think
that'd
with
be
the
for
name
the best.
Ends, it will end, and then they're just going to reboot it again, and they need to because
That's
the
true.
2018 was good. I didn't like Kills. Ends sucked. They just reboot it again, and that's what they keep doing over and over and over again. I don't know why they went away from the original number 2. I thought 1 and 2 were good. They were the same night.
Because John
they
Carpenter
were
hated
decent.
it. That's
and
why.
that's fine. But when I think a lot of people that watch it, like you didn't need to delete that to then start this new one. And then they did, and like, oh, you're not his sister anymore. That was just a rumor. They threw a lot
Yeah, I
of
didn't like
stuff
that.
in 2018. Again, they threw a lot in 2018, and it was, I think it got our hopes up. And then we were hit with 2 garbage movies,
Yeah.
with the last one being the worst one.
Yeah.
And the sound was really low. I don't know if we were in a crappy theater, but
Yeah.
I can't hear anything.
It was a
all I heard was the
matinee
people
viewing
next to
of
me
it.
talking.
Yeah,
so-
you were sitting to
Yeah.
block Lolo.
One thing we talked about too is I didn't like, and it started with Halloween Kills, was there's just plenty of ways where they could have made Michael less is more. Like Michael's scary because he might be there, or it's almost like in the new Batman where it's like all the criminals are looking around, they see a dark spot, so then they don't commit the crime because they're like
Yeah.
Batman might be there. That's what you need to do with Michael.
presence.
There's a new
And
Batman.
him,
Yeah.
and him coming out as like in the fire and he's like killing like 7 firemen in the prior movie. I'm like, that's not Michael Myers. Michael Myers would kill 1 or 2 and then just kind of like walk and then maybe fall through a hole and walk like and disappear, and then he just resurfaces. He never takes on 7 dudes at one time,
Now, what do you guys?
especially with chainsaws.
What do
and
you guys
stuff.
think of that
It's a
fake
chainsaw, but
fake
it's like-
problem they made in the movie where it was her fault? They're like, oh, you dragged him out. She was sitting in her fortress, and Michael broke out of prison and started killing everybody. And they made it like, well, she's the one who brought him out, brought the evil out. It's like that's just forced. It didn't make any sense. She did nothing
Well, it would make
to bring him out.
It would make sense if what Richard said, if they left the second one canon,
But you
'cause
know what
they'd
I'm
be
talking
like,
about?
your brother, you're the one, he's coming after you, and everyone, if he just killed you, he probably wouldn't kill anybody else. But it's like, why is he coming after this lady 40 years later?
Yeah, but
But then they make that
if they're
less
not
relevant because
related.
they weren't related. So
Yeah.
it was actually
No, what I'm
irrelevant.
saying is they were getting mad at her in town, saying, "Well, you're the one. Why he's coming out? You forced
Yeah,
him
they
out."
said you
Townspeople,
provoked
though.
him.
She never did. She was in her fortress waiting for him to come out, and then he broke out of prison and started attacking people.
Well,
she did nothing. It was just a fake plot point they put in because
Yeah.
they had no idea what they were doing.
Well, they did keep it kind of ambiguous in Halloween 2018 that she might have been the one that actually caused.
No,
the
he broke out
accident.
himself.
No, I'm just saying they did keep it ambiguous, but I mean that made no sense. Her car would have had damage. She would have like ran off the road or something.
Yeah, it was just a crappy movie.
But I think I told you that too. Is like ambiguous endings are better. I think the ending of Halloween Kills is what f this movie up, because they put themselves into this level where it's like, where the hell do we go from here? So they made him disappear. They're trying to, how do we coerce Michael to come back out? All of a sudden he's like, oh, and then he kills one guy. He's like, he's jizzing. He's like,
Oh,
I'm
he's
like, what was
regaining his
that?
energy.
It was just-
essentially.
But then he never
Dumb.
came. But then he was still weak.
and the kid pushed him over and like, "I need your mask," and just like punked
him.
Michael
Yeah,
Myers.
punked
This is
him.
Michael Myers,
The
and he
same
just
kid,
butchered the whole town a movie before. He can't be killed, but yet this little kid with glasses and they don't even remember
And
his
what's he
name.
been living off of? Like rats?
Rats and
Like,
No,
dogs.
dumb.
other
Oh,
homeless
the
people.
homeless people.
He was
So I
bringing
think
other
what he's
homeless
doing,
people.
I think he supposedly transported his energy into the kid. I think
The evil. When he
No,
looked in the eyes, he
I think
transferred
he
the
saw
evil.
I think he saw
just
that this kid was
bad.
evil deep down and was just like, I'm not going to kill you because you're like me, dude.
I mean,
You're
it's
evil."
possible because when he kills, it seems like he's getting more power, right? So when you transfer the evil to the kid, Corey or
But the
maybe
kid
Mike,
was still a chump.
I know, but he killed a bunch of people and then he took it back, and he was supposed to.
But he still was weak because he
I
pushed
know.
him over and
Even,
took the
should've been
mask.
even
stronger.
then, that is the
not
dumbest
Michael
thing they
Myers,
can do.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just that has
Yeah.
no
Hey,
just trying to
bearing
explain
on-
stupidity.
Yeah, yeah,
So-
yeah.
It's
No, I
dumb, yeah.
agree.
So now do you agree that the Paul Stephen Rudd one is better?
I don't even know why you keep saying.
'Cause it says- that's what it says in the
That's
Well,
fine.
Coming from
but-
someone, so I know all these guys here, they've watched the Halloween movies pretty much growing up, and I didn't. I don't, as I mentioned in a couple videos, I don't really like scary stuff, but knowing we're gonna watch this movie, I watched 7 of the Halloween movies within like 4 days just to get ready for this one. Yeah, and that's why I'm actually extra disappointed. Personally, I don't think we should have did a review because this movie was actually that bad.
Yeah.
But the best one, I don't think it was Paul Stephen Rudd. I did like that he was in the movie as a Paul Rudd fan, but I would just honestly the original and just leave it at that.
Or
The
even,
first
or
one.
even maybe 2018. This does too.
18 was good. 18
Yeah.
was good.
No, 18 was just the
I liked
retelling
it.
of the first movie. It's like every movie trope now. It's like
Yeah.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
But if you're
It's
comparing
just
it to the
original
rest,
Star Wars.
I mean, at least it's something different.
Yeah.
I think 2018 was good because even if it was a retelling, in your opinion, Mario liked it. By the way, I was like, in your opinion, what I liked was like the mask was like burned
Destroyed.
and looking ugly.
The
Because in
podcasters
some
were
of them, what you see is like in the first one, the mask was kind of cool.
Yeah.
2, it was decent. It starts getting worse and worse, and then
As they change the
you
story.
had the new one in 2018 where I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
And then in Kills 2, after the fire got all on it, I liked that. Like there were things that were cool in this.
So what
last
about this
trilogy.
mask? That was like really burned.
It
yeah.
was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
mask was
it
a
Yeah,
shame.
but
I do. The one thing I will give them credit for is that like he was keeping his damage. Like you can see,
Yeah,
the
his fingers are
hole
still
from
missing.
like the original movie.
he was
right?
keeping his damage,
He
but in
only had a
Kills he
couple
should have been
fingers.
dead.
Well, that's why I know he didn't transfer his powers to Corey Cunningham because he shot himself and died, and that wouldn't kill Michael. Michael?
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Yeah, I
stopped
don't even really
thinking.
want to talk about it anymore. To be honest, I'm glad we finally reviewed it because we've had whatever it's done.
Okay,
and
now on
been
to
a
the
journey.
spoilers.
Well, do we want to see if we want to smack
it's not
certify?
Smack
No.
certified. It's the worst
Yeah, it's
thing
0
I've
out of
seen
4
in a
Smack
long time.
certified.
I mean,
movie ticket,
the last
Paramount.
thing I seen before this was Bullet Train,
From
and even from
Peacock.
Bullet Train to this crap, God,
Well, what about the kills? I mean, some of the kills
no,
were
they're
like
crap.
just over the top for no reason.
Well, let's get to how Michael dies. She puts a fridge on him and then just slices his wrist.
Yeah,
and
he
his
took
throat.
like gunshot wounds and bats and everything from the previous movie, and
They
they get
threw him in a
Yeah,
shredder.
shredder to make sure he was.
Yeah,
And
it
his
was
body
like-
just it was
Yeah.
totally Play-Doh and
He'll be back.
Play-Doh,
not
full body
Play-Doh.
paint of Play-Doh. Jesus.
It was just like ballistic Joe. I think that's what I was going for. Play-Doh. That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, I just
How would he stand upright?
and that one chick that got almost killed in the second one, she's still alive. It's like, wait, what? Like
Oh, the girl that babysitted.
she got stabbed in the
Yeah,
neck
little
with the
girl.
light. You remember in the
She
second one?
can't talk anymore.
The
I'm
one
like,
thing, the one,
Oh, yeah,
the one
yeah,
thing
yeah.
I have to
It's
say
like,
about it
what?
is,
The old lady.
like I know you all asked.
Yeah, what do you have
um,
to say about the movie?
Is that I think it's ironic. I told these guys is that they supposedly remade these because they said the first one was good and the other ones after were junk, and they did the same thing. Their first one was good and their other two were junk. So I think it's kind of funny the same thing happened to them. Second one wasn't bad, but first one was good. Burned in the fire. Should have ended it. We're done.
yeah, last
Well,
10
that's what,
minutes.
that's
once
what he's
again-
wanting to do.
Once again,
Yeah.
money got in the way of a good product.
Yeah, that's a
It's all about
So
money.
Richard, who's this made by? What company is it?
Oh, nice throw there. I think it was Blumhouse,
Blumhouse, yeah.
Yeah.
but
Universal.
but it's more like
Got it.
Bumhouse because this
Oh.
was ass.
that was scripted.
It wasn't scripted. Like earlier, I had it.
No, I heard
take,
it. It was
and
good.
Then,
It was good.
Too
bad
nice
we
throw to me.
Dude, that was
Got you, dude.
that's
played.
that's up there with like chlorophyll.
More like,
More like borophyll.
let's just end
Yeah,
this.
let's
I'm
end that right
done.
now.
Yeah, that's our take on.
I just wish they throw this movie in the shredder, and I
Okay.
never have to see it again like Michael's
So
body.
we'll leave it with this.
That was much better.
Do
I
you
like
hope
that, yeah.
they make another one to fix this, or just end it?
No.
No, I hope
Start a new trilogy.
I hope
Start-
what they
create a
do.
new character.
I hope Blumhouse gives James Wan the rights to go after either Freddy Krueger or Jason.
No, I talk about Halloween. I don't care about those two.
Oh no, no,
Yeah.
Halloween. No, Blumhouse and James Wan do probably Friday or what is it, Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
Never been a
Because
fan of those.
he's really good with like body horror and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. That does it. This movie sucked.
Yep. Thanks for watching. Bye.
That was pretty solid.
All right, guys. So if you like what you saw, please hit that thumbs up, and if you would subscribe, we would greatly appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.